do anything less than that.
Yeah, it's just a big chunk of change.
Well, maybe you're in the wrong business then.
No, I don't think that's the case.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 action thriller, The Last Deal. The film is written and directed by Jonathan Salima, and it stars Anthony Molinari and Sala Baker. Now the film focuses on a character called Vincent, who is a black market marijuana dealer in LA, I believe it is. But he tries to make one really big last deal because the business is tanking because cannabis has been legalized in his state, sort of thing. So he's no longer on the gravy train. He's losing money fast, and he needs to make a big deal happen to stay in the business because he's been doing it for so long. However, the deal that he puts together goes sideways. He's betrayed, and he ends up owing a lot of money to a local mobster that puts him, his friends, and the people that he cares about in immediate danger. So he's got to frantically try and come up with a solution, and fast. Right, what are my thoughts on The Last Deal? Well, this is to a large degree a fairly standard action thriller in a lot of ways. It almost felt like like a pilot to a TV show at times. But that's not what a criticism. I don't really want you to take that the wrong way. I actually thought this film was quite good, and I was certainly engaged throughout. I thought it was a nicely made film, nicely directed. I thought the characters were well written, and I really cared about some of the characters in this film, especially Anthony Molinari's character, Vincent. And that's down to a few reasons. I mean, number one, it was a well-written character. Number two, I thought he was performed really, really well, so that you actually cared about this character. They didn't make him out to be, a seedy drug dealer or anything like that. He was just trying to make a buck, selling marijuana. And then he tried to play by the rules when it was legalized. He tried to jump through all the hoops that the state tried to make him jump through, and it just wasn't happening. It wasn't working for him, and he couldn't get all the authorizations that he needed. So that he doesn't go out of business, he ends up borrowing $100,000 from the local gangster, if you like. And he gets done over in a deal, a business deal with some, I think they're Albanian drug dealers, marijuana dealers. And he gets stiffed, basically, and betrayed. So he's left. He's no product, and he's no way of paying back this gangster the $100,000. So the rest of the film becomes like a fight for survival. Him trying to use every trick in the book to stay alive or cut a deal with whomever it needs to be. There were moments in this film, actually, where it reminded me of Breaking Bad. Now, I'm not comparing these two characters, this character Vincent and Walter White, because they're night and day in regards to characters. What I mean is, if you remember, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad, you'll remember there was more than one occasion, quite a few occasions, when Walter White was completely panicked and in a state of panic, either trying to get somewhere to do a certain thing, or to stop this, or to stop that, or, to prevent it all going wrong. And he's charging about like a lunatic, and you're on the edge of your seat, panicking. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? And this film occasionally reminded me, because I got those feelings again, with this character Vincent, because you're kind of thinking, geez, how is he going to get out of this? You know what I mean? So you're rooting for him, and then you're kind of in a bit of a panic state with him occasionally, you know what I mean, when he's trying to pull off these, last minute deals or last minute bargains or whatever it is. And then ultimately, while this film is described as an action thriller, it's more of a thriller than action. The film does try to give you some action near the end of the film. But make no mistake, that this is more of a thriller than an action film. I thought there were some quite brutal scenes of a couple of deaths in this film that I thought were, you know, quite shocking. I didn't expect them to be quite as graphic as they were, but they were certainly graphic. A couple of deaths in the film, which kind of made you fear for Vincent even more, because this gangster, the boss as is simply known, was absolutely cold. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. He won't cut deals. You owe him, you're going to give him the money. And if you try and trick him, or you try and do something, then you're going to pay for it. And it absolutely shows how brutal he is, this crime boss, when somebody close to Vincent dies right in front of him, and you're like, oh my God, this is real. You know what I mean? He's really in trouble here. So you know that the stakes are high, and he's got to get this right. So I thought this was decently done. I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect to enjoy this one, but I thought it was certainly well made. I don't think it's for everyone, because I do think the slow pacing here will put some people off. Because it's not a traditional action film, you know, of action from minute to end. Like I say, it's more, I think, feels more like a pilot, like a lengthy pilot episode to a new TV show or something like that, with a few graphic death scenes thrown in, and 20 minutes of, you know, sporadic action near the end. But I thought it was good. I thought the characters were believable. I thought they were well acted throughout. I thought it was well directed, well written, and there's a nice level of polish to the film as well. So if it sounds interesting to you, then you're probably going to quite enjoy this one. I was certainly fairly impressed with it. So yeah, I would give this one a recommendation. It was above average for me, certainly. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be back with more content on the channel very, very soon.